I'm about to dive into one of the most talked about topics in all of multiplayer shooter games. If you even read the title, you already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how to maintain a high kill-to-death ratio. And before I get into this topic, I want to put something out there. Is kill-death ratio important? Absolutely. But it isn't the whole picture. Take my clan, for example, you're going to learn today. Amongst the members in our clan, I maintain the highest KD ratio of the group. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Believe Loco and Lejuice are rushers by nature. You can guarantee that they'll be leading the charge in pretty much every firefight we go into as a group. Their KDs fluctuate, but they are frequently at the top of the scoreboard and consistently put up large numbers. N7 Micro and myself are probably the most closely related to in terms of playstyle, opting to be cautiously aggressive. This allows them to put up big numbers but also maintain a high KD. Then we got guys like Falcom and Venom on the team who prefer to hang back and snipe. If you get these guys on shorts of time, they can pick every head clean off. This is a high-risk, high-reward type playstyle, and their KDs can reflect the highs and lows of this type of play. Last but not least is Salty. He's the kind of dude that will do whatever it takes to win. He'll rush, he'll flank, he'll cap, point, snipe, whatever the team needs at the moment. So, what's my point? Well, while everybody in the game may not end up with a 2+ KD, everybody has their role in getting us to victory. We all play our part. Juice and Believe can do what they do because they have me and Micro backing them up. Me and Micro have Falcom, Venom, and Salty looking over our shoulders. That being said, killing the other team more than they kill you will usually end up in a victory. This may be a little tricky with the Destiny point modifier, but most of the time this still rings true. So let's talk about the basics first when it comes to Destiny. The number one thing on your mind should always be check your radar. You can do everything else on this list, but if you don't check your radar, your KD will definitely reflect it. Now there are 3 different depths that you can see. The first signal you receive on the radar signifies the enemy being far. The second wedge is mid-range, and finally the middle circle, which means they're right on top of you. On top of this also, there's elevation. The dull red signifies them being below or above, and the solid red means that they're sharing the same level. While the radar is a fantastic tool, it can also be used against your enemies. The closer you get to an opponent, the more often you take your eyes off the radar and onto your surroundings. So remember, they're more than likely doing the same thing as well. If somebody is actively looking for you through the use of radar, don't make yourself an easy target. If you see them rushing your location around the nearest corner, break the line of sight and jump straight up. This quick change in elevation can be the difference between life and death, as your opponent will be all too focused on an easy Felwinter's kill to notice that you're no longer on the same elevation as them. This is just one simple example of a way to use the always on radar to your advantage against them. The idea is to not be predictable. The next thing now, know the maps, and more importantly, put yourself in a position of power. What do I mean by that? I purposely chose a gameplay that took place on Blind Watch, a map notorious for its imbalances. Right from the very beginning of the game, I bolted C and completely ignore A. This is for a number of reasons. Control of C allows easy access to B. The A spawn pushes you way in the back of the map. It's wide open with very little cover, and against an organized team, it's very, very easy to get overrun. C has multiple escape routes and is one door away from the sight lines of B. People tend to forget that staying alive is just as important as grabbing kills in regards to KD. Most importantly, this is a safe haven that provides you cover from pretty much all viewpoints. As you can see, I rarely left this position and was still able to grab 33 kills. The goal of this is to always have something that the other team wants. If you can accomplish that, then the kills will come. Guardians will practically run in a single file, and because they're spawning on the A side, their options are even more limited. Now you're in the safe arms of cover while the enemy team has to expose themselves just to get what you have. But this all wouldn't have been possible if you had never stolen C in the first place. One more quick point to mention is that the CB combination has easy access to the coveted heavy weapon ammo with much less of an opportunity to have it stolen. I mean, it's literally 30 feet away from both points and on the way from B to C. The spawn near A leaves you very exposed and isn't nearly as accessible from the A point. I don't know how many times I've jumped towards that A heavy only to get sideswiped by the rotating platform and land in the water below. Next is recognize who you're playing and play to your strengths. I touched on this in my video talking about playing with randoms, but it goes deeper than just taking a look at their loadouts before the games. It doesn't take me very long to figure out the type of team that I'm going against. Destiny is a thinking game, and relying solely on your aiming skills is going to get you wrecked more often than not. Pay attention to the trends. Not only just the weapons being used, but the playstyle. Are they rushing? Staying in a tight-knit group? Lone wolf fighting? Camping? You need to pick up on this early so that you can take advantage of the holes in their strategy. As soon as I get onto the map and I hear the teleporting sound of shotgun blinkers, I keep it locked in my mind that they can close the distance very quickly and that I need to be aware of my positioning on the map, as they can be on top of me in an instant. I tend to place myself in areas that negate a blink advantage, such as rooms with a lower hanging ceiling or hallways with sharp angles. This takes away the verticality element from their jump and pushes them right into the end of my full auto judgment. These points that I'm making speak to both ends of the KD ratio. One, I'm giving myself the highest opportunity to land a kill while minimizing the enemy's window to kill me. While I can't teach you how to aim or improve your hand-eye coordination, I can teach you tips on how to put yourself in the most low-risk, high-reward engagements. The more skilled you are, the more you can deviate from these type of engagements, but if you're struggling to go positive, you need to focus on the basics. My last little tip is regarding your armor loadout, and remember, these are just my thoughts on the subject. I'm not saying that I'm all-knowing, but hear me out. Why do people spec so heavily for intellect and strength? Whether it's unintentional or intentional or not, I see so many Guardians in the field with 350 strength and nothing else, or 400 intellect and nothing else. First of all, anything past that 100% of your meter is a waste of resources. I truly feel that you should spec your loadout with this priority in mind. Number 1, discipline. Number 2, intellect. Number 3, strength. This is the high KD Nirvana strategy, and allow me to break it down. First, strength. There are a few things more satisfying in this game than a solid shotgun melee or a last-ditch melee that puts a blade dancer down for good. However, putting yourself at arm's reach only exposes you to the plethora of one-hit kill options that this game has. And even if you do get the kill, who's to say that they won't somehow walk around, shotgun you, and then die, ruining that beautiful streak that you had going. Plus, the king of shotgun blink, aka the blade dancer, has an ability built into its perks that allows you to regen your blink strike almost immediately, so the point's redundant. Intellect. The idea of intellect is great, right? And while it can turn the game around, most people will only get it about 3 to 4 times a game. Not only that, but if you're getting the kills, the supers will come, you know? People also tend to get very cocky when they're sitting on a super. This opens them up for poor decision making and tunnel vision, 2 things very detrimental to a Guardian's KD. Finally, we have discipline. Grenades in this game are the epitome of high reward, low risk. So let's go down the list. Hunters have trip mines and arc bolt grenades. Trip mines have the ability to shut down areas of the map and insta-kill anyone, excluding high armor titans, that walks through it. Arc bolt can be thrown into a general direction and find the Guardians for you, chaining massive damage among them. Warlocks have the Axiom bolt and firebolt. Axiom bolt will follow you halfway through the map and can be released without ever even seeing the other Guardian. And firebolt can literally be stacked with a longer burst that includes the initial hit damage. And then Titans have lightning grenades, and I'm sure you all know what a lightning grenade does by now. All these options have this in common. They keep you out of harm's way and allow you to grab kills with little to no repercussions. And with high discipline, you get a ton of use out of them, as you can see from the video. So that's my tips for this session. I'm really glad you guys are liking the series. You know, I'll continue to put videos out. I just want to say thank you for all your support. Got a lot of great feedback on the forums and on the YouTube page. So I can't wait to kind of expand on these videos and, you know, kind of put out things as Destiny continues to release new content. I hope I'm around for a while to put out good content for you guys. So thank you again for watching. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions or need any assistance or anything like that. I'm always here to help. And yeah, happy Easter, y'all. Bye.